All right,
This is awesome.
let's get this show on the road. Everyone ready?
Hey, Jordan, your camera's working now.
Yeah.
You just noticed that.
Did I just miss that?
Yeah, you.
Hey, I was paying attention to audio checking, okay?
No, it was even like before that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I was watching,
You're watching
Phantom
that video.
Dust. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Let's do this.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Hello and welcome to X1 Bros. We are all Xbox One all the time. This is podcast number 13. 13. And it's Friday the 13th.
Whoa. Whoa.
That just
Mind
blew my
blown.
Trippy. We are your number one Xbox One podcast on the internet. Check us out on iTunes or wherever your podcasts are sold. As always, I am joined by the man who doesn't just eat one bean, he eats the whole burrito. It's Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood.
Amen. I can testify to that. Absolutely. I love burritos.
Oh, I was looking at you all as food today, and I thought, what does everyone remind me of?
Yeah,
And you're just
I'm
one
a
big
burrito. I'm
burrito.
just that-
Exactly. We're also joined by the man who, if he were a vegetable, he'd be asparagus. It's rad like my dad, Mark Ashley.
That's funny because I hate asparagus.
What does that even mean?
He's
Wait.
tall, he's green, he makes your pee smell. I don't know.
Is asparagus even a fruit? Did you say fruit or
No,
vegetable?
vegetable.
Vegetable,
No, it's,
yeah.
Okay, you did say vegetable.
Yeah.
I thought you said fruit.
Dude,
was
I love
like,
asparagus.
well,
Anyways.
there you go.
And last but not least, we are joined by the man who sleeps in his Master Chief helmet. It's Jordan the Man, Jordan Paskett.
Hi.
Once again, he's just so enthusiastic.
You know what? I bet you he really does that too.
Yeah, he probably does. For sure. Anyways, we got a great show. It was E3 this week, so we're going to talk about E3. But before we get there, let's start with the news. Jordan, what is in the news this week? Besides E3 news, of course, because we're all going to be there.
Well, that, like I said, that takes pretty much all of it out. Because it was a lot of it, with the exception of two things, maybe. I don't know. There was a lot of news this week.
Yeah.
And it all came from the first 3 days of the
And
week.
we will discuss most of it in our discussion session.
But, sorry, I didn't mean to yell that out. But, but I got some stuff on the news that I probably figured we won't talk about during the E3 discussion, so here it goes. Xbox One July update comes out in July.
Oh.
And it's adding a few things, 4 things. It's adding it's adding Achievement Snap so you can track your achievements in real time. So while you're playing a game,
Oh,
you
I
see
saw
your
that.
achievements, yeah, and then you can track them as you play.
Yeah, I saw the image of that. It actually looks really cool, and it will show like the progress and your percentage on the side, like little graphs. It's really cool.
And
Yeah, I like that.
It'll order it all for you, which is pretty cool. So also there's going to be double tap snap, and then something I like. There's also going to be the DVR recordings that you make when you say Xbox record that. People can now look at your profile and give you likes on those videos.
Oh, nice.
Kinda like-
just like
Kind of
like
like
a
YouTube,
yeah.
basically. Like you're like, oh, that was a cool video, like. So they can give you likes. Also, probably the most exciting thing, they're gonna have digital bundles integrated with this patch. So
Yeah.
that means like how you have your buy a game for $70, get all this extra stuff. They're gonna have that digitally now on the Xbox One for all the games coming out.
Like deluxe edition, or do you mean like multiple Like,
anything. So like deluxe editions, any type of digital bundle, any type of bundle that you'll see, they're going to have that digitally as well. Microsoft is leaving it up to the developers to decide what they want to bundle together, but that is going to be an option now, digital bundles, which is pretty cool. So,
Yeah, isn't that one of your David? Isn't that one of your criticisms of the Xbox or any digital downloads? I guess up to this point was that feature right there where you didn't get the you couldn't pre-order. Oh, or are you talking about pre-order, David? What?
It was
what don't you like?
pre-order, and it was mine and Jordan's criticism that you couldn't pre-order. Bundles are kind of a new thing. We haven't really had bundles yet. I think maybe those will tie in together. Like if you pre-order this game, you get this entire bundle. You know how they give you special incentives? I could see these working together if you buy the original
like
copy,
for
or
example,
the hard
the
copy.
Xbox and Titanfall was bundled together. Obviously, you can't digitally bundle an Xbox, but that's what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
Bundles, bundles like that,
You'll
Okay.
get all the
So-
DLC content, Game of the Year edition, or
Yep.
stuff like that, right?
And that's everything. And then, of course, once again, behind the scenes stuff, different, making things run better, all that good stuff that they usually do. Also, when the Grand Theft Auto 5 games come out on the new consoles, you will be able to transfer your old content to the new boxes.
That I would say that's good for you, Mr. McSpicy, but you played on a PlayStation, did you?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. So you could bring that over. Oh,
Well, okay, I might have said that too soon.
Okay.
At the Sony press conference. At the Sony press conference this week, they announced that Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 can both be transferred up to their PlayStation 4 version. I'm assuming it goes both ways. I mean,
Yeah.
why wouldn't it? But yes, he can. I would assume. It's not been confirmed if it can go the other way from PS3, Xbox 360 to Xbox One, but why would you do one and not the other? So I'm assuming it's the same process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
cool. Yeah, awesome.
Also, favorite game, I had to throw this in there because I'm going to buy it. Farming Simulator 2015 is
Yes!
coming out to the Xbox.
Yes, man.
Oh,
if they get
yeah. Game
Euro
of the
Truck
Year.
Simulator,
Game
I
of
am
the
there.
Year.
Euro Truck Simulator, I am there.
I thought
And
that
think
was
about
pretty funny.
think
so
about
I'm-
what they
I'm
could
getting
do.
that.
Think about what they could do with the Connect with the Euro Truck Simulator. Those Germans would be in love. They'd be in
Farming
heaven.
Simulator. Farming Simulator.
Yeah, it's
nice.
not Euro Truck. It's Farming
I
Simulator.
know, but this is
It's-
just the first step into this simulation series. I could see we're getting there. We're going there.
we're a couple steps away from that European truck simulator.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, we have spent hours watching on Twitch these German people that for some reason they love these simulation games. And to our German brothers, hey man, more power to you. We
Yeah,
hope to bring you into the
Get it
Xbox.
on the
there.
Xbox.
if that's what you like,
Yeah.
play it.
But we
baby.
just think it's hilarious.
I'm buying it now that it's an option.
They get home from work and then they go and drive truck and deliver goods, and it's just to do more work, to simulate work.
Yeah, it's a pretty incredible too. Like they have their rig because they show them playing the game too. They look left, their screen looks left. They look right. They have the gear shifter and the steering wheel and everything. It's pretty intense to travel goods across country on your 18-wheeler. So
So speaking of bundles, hopefully that comes with like a farm truck bundle or something, that you can like the actual steering wheel and stuff. That would be cool. Anyway,
it's not Euro Truck Simulator we're talking about though. It is.
No, yeah, a farm truck, like some type of steering mechanism. But anyway, like the old
Tractor.
Forza games. But anyway, also Evolve came out this week and announced and showed off actually a new monster in Monster, that monster mode. We all know Evolve, the 4 hunters versus 1 monster. Previously, we've seen like this Godzilla-y looking monster. Now there's a Kraken octopus
Release
monster
the Kraken.
Yeah, with like special beam abilities. He actually looked pretty cool. Way
Yeah, he
cooler
did
than
look
the other
cool.
monster, I
He did
think.
look cool.
It's up on the internet. It'll probably be up on our Facebook page later. So come check it out. Also, in other game news, Rise of the Tomb Raider was announced this week. A sequel to the reboot Tomb Raider by Square Enix, and that comes out next year in 2015. And I think that game looks cool.
And that one's made for the new systems, yes?
Yes.
Only? Or
I want to say yes. I think it is only on the new systems,
Yeah,
actually.
no, it was just next gen.
Yeah, it was a next-gen exclusive.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
It was during the Microsoft conference that was
Yep.
shown. Awesome.
And there's actually so much more news.
But we will.
But we're
If
gonna
it's
save
E3,
it. So
we will
news is gonna
get-
short. I just wanted to hit on those topics real quick, especially Farming Simulator.
Also, I like the July update that's coming out. I feel
Yeah.
like just as a commentary note that Xbox has really got going with regular updates, but meaningful updates. I mean, it's not just like piddly under the hood stuff. It's that, but then updates that we actually see and actually benefit us in a immediate and real way. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah,
this-
absolutely.
Yeah, I really.
They're
like
they're using us to improve the Xbox, which is kind of cool. So we get input into it.
Oh,
you
which
know?
is funny. Phil Spencer talked about at
Yeah, I totally stole that from him.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, well, with that, let's get on and see if we can save you guys some money real quick.
Saving the day and your wallet.
Okay, we're going to start with deals with gold. Peggle 2 is 50% off, making it $6, which means that it'll be free next month probably, but I'm just guessing on that. But Dead Rising 3 is also, it was 33% off. So, and there's two editions. There's Dead Rising 3 and then there's Dead Rising 3 Premium Edition. So one's regularly 60 and one's regularly 90. So one will be 40 and one will be 60. So that's deals with gold.
That's a good game to buy. Just a heads up, everybody.
Yeah. Well, you can get the premium edition for the same price as the regular, so that's not bad. GameFly Titanfall is still $37.99 used. And they do actually have Tomb Raider for $32.99. I don't know, is that a great deal or a okay deal?
For that game, if you haven't played it, I would say it's a fantastic deal.
Fantastico.
That's fantastico. That's a
Fantastico.
good game. If you have not played that game and don't plan on buying it on the 360 or previous consoles, that is a $60 game. It is.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm gonna throw this out there. If you haven't played that game, you suck.
No, that's a good game.
No,
so.
pick it up. It's awesome.
Okay, and then Amazon has Call of Duty Ghost for $27.99 if you still want to play it or if you're waiting till the next one. But and Amazon also has a Nyko charge base for the Xbox One for $22.92. It's $7 off, but you can also get that one for $17 at Costco. So which me and David have. I mean, David and I have. Not
I
me
have
and
it
David.
too. I have it.
Oh, you have it as well? Oh, yeah. I love it, to be honest. I had the Nyko one for the 360, and it did a good job, and so I wasn't too worried about buying Nyko for this one. And
No,
then
it's
Amazon,
fantastic.
yeah, it
I
does a
hate
good job.
using batteries. So
Yeah, I know. I don't have to buy batteries anymore. That's perfect. I just shove it back on the charger when I'm done. Amazon also has a Western Digital My Passport Ultra 1 terabyte portable external hard drive. I think this is the same one as I said last week, but it's $67, and I think that's how much it was last week, but it's still the same price. And that's about it for this week.
awesome.
Nice.
All right, awesome. So check out those deals. Save yourself some major coin, and that you could spend elsewhere.
That's enough, the both of you.
Ow, man! That means it's time
That one hurt.
to
Oh,
talk
man, my head's ringing.
about what we've played this week. This week was E3, so instead of playing, a lot of us probably mostly watched. But let's start with Rad Like My Dad. What did you have the opportunity to play this week?
I guess I'm gonna start with Saturday because I guess we did our podcast Friday. So Saturday I finished, or I didn't finish, but I played Wolfenstein for another number of hours, which was a long time. But I like it. I'm not done, but I'm probably more than halfway through, and really enjoy that game. I think
Nice.
it's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
But then I played Max just yesterday, or the day before Wednesday,
Yeah.
and I finished that off.
Oh, completely.
Really liked Max, and I'm probably gonna play it again because I only got like a fourth or a third of the achievements, and so I'm gonna try again and see if I can do better.
Nice. Yes, Wolfenstein is right up your. If you like first-person shooters,
Oh, yeah.
Wolfenstein, great
Yeah.
one. Single player only, does an excellent job of it. Jordan the Man, how about you?
I started out the week playing a little bit of Watch Dogs, but I stopped because I'm gonna save that. But what's that game called?
What is that game called?
I don't know.
What is that game called?
Great,
That
great
one
question.
That one game. That's a great game.
I played
My favorite.
the Motor Trials. That's what it is. Play a little bit of Trials, and then on Thursday I played Murder Soul Suspect, which sucked.
Hold on.
I don't talk about that. We can talk about that in the discussion.
That is hilarious. Hey,
I
no
agree, it's
mincing
not our
words.
game.
No mincing words.
And then that's about it. I'm planning on playing a lot of Watch Dogs tomorrow, but we'll get into that later. Yeah, so a little bit of Watch Dogs right at the beginning, a little bit of Trials, and then Murdered.
Awesome. Mark Haywood. What'd you have
I played a lot of Watch Dogs this week.
Oh, really?
I
Nice.
love that game. I really do. And I didn't play a lot of games the week before, so I'm trying to catch up. But I played Watch Dogs, Hearthstone, Trials, StarCraft, and Murdered Soul, whatever.
Suspect.
That game, Soul Suspect. Yeah.
And what do you think of Murdered Soul Suspect?
You have to. I mean, it could appeal to a certain audience.
Yeah.
It's a very slow-paced game. It's more of a point and click, adventure-esque kind of,
Yeah.
because it's really slow though. So it's a game where don't plan on cruising through the game because you have to find clues
You know
around.
who actually I think the type of audience, and I mean this in all seriousness, but Mark Ashley, you enjoyed Thief, and I got that Thief feeling from it. I mean, you didn't super enjoy Thief, but you enjoyed it enough to play it through and see the story.
Yeah, but I hated Murdered Soul Suspect.
Yeah,
really?
it's a hard. I mean, I can see that there would be an audience for it.
Yeah,
it's definitely not a couch castable game. I mean,
Yeah,
if you didn't know, there's
too slow.
Bethesda probably wrote the story because there was a lot of reading involved. There's a lot of they didn't create this. They didn't have anything.
They did.
To do
It would
with
have
that,
been good.
But, yeah, but it was a lot of
I would have
reading.
liked
and
reading it.
We got stuck a lot because we're not smart enough to be a detective. I think, but anyways,
The best part of that game is reading the minds.
I would say if you like that kind of reading the minds, possessing people and reading minds. I would say if you like that kind of game, rent it. That's my thing. I don't say it's definitely not worth more than
It's a
than that.
rental, a red
And that's
box.
what I'd say about Thief too.
Red box for one night to realize that you really don't like that game. And then take it right back.
Awesome. Myself, I played Murdered Soul Suspect with you guys, or more blah blah blah. Murdered Soul Suspect. Yeah, with you guys yesterday, but not as long as you guys were as in depth. But from what I saw, it never hooked me. It never caught me as well. As far as the Xbox, I did play Mad Max on Tuesday. I streamed that, just like that game. It's a good, solid game, and I have been having, I don't know where it came from. It came out of nowhere, but I have been having this MMO itch that I just have been trying to scratch. And so I was on the PC looking for different MMO games, and I can't wait till one comes out on the Xbox One. But one day I will scratch that itch. That proverbial itch, if you will.
Have you been watching a lot of Destiny play, by the way?
Yes, I have, and I actually really look forward to that. I was watching just last night, actually, the Destiny PvP play. I love it. I love the leveling up. It looks great. The movement looks really good. Have you watched some of that then?
Yeah, I have. I've been seeing boss fights, kind of like the dungeon.
Yeah,
kinda.
and I will be honest. I'm very skeptical. Blah blah. I can't speak tonight.
Skeptical. I'm skeptical too.
Skeptical of that game, but watching it and then seeing what they people playing it at E3, it's really won me over, and I am stoked for that. And that just might scratch that MMO type itch that I've been having.
I mean, there's a lot of different kind of leveling ups too. Like the different weapons you get, you can level up specific things about weapons and stuff. I thought it looked that if I were to get in an MMO, that's kind of the.
Yeah, it's like I would say it's like a. Well, it's a MMO hybrid,
Yeah,
I think.
you know what? Yeah, so.
Absolutely.
I know, it looked really good.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
The developers are being, Bungie is being very careful not to say MMO.
Yeah, but I think it does meet that.
But it definitely does have some elements of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of RPG elements too. A lot of RPG elements.
And I've been having that itch that needs to be scratched. Anyways,
There you go.
here it comes. It's oh gosh, I love this music. Just makes me want to take my shirt off and jump up on the desk and dance it out, baby. This means it's discussion time, and since this week it was E3, we are all about E3. We are going to get in depth. We did a special edition podcast earlier this week where we gave you our instant reaction analysis just to the Microsoft conference. But now that it's all been over, it's all said and done, we can tell you what we think about the entire conference and about all the games coming out on the Xbox One. Before we get to that, as a result of the E3, I am not going to read any emails. I know I got a bunch this week from listeners. I'm holding those till next week, so I'm not ignoring you guys. Do not worry. But before we get to that, I do want to give a shout-out, and I think we're going to start doing this, guys. We did it last night on the stream, but TZ Patty B, thank you so much for the support via PayPal. It means a lot to us. It helps keep this show running. So
Cool
just
dude.
wanted to say thanks.
Yeah, I almost
TZ
cried.
Patty.
I shared a moment with all of you.
Yeah, and I know that there has been one other person that has, and I lost the receipt. But thank you so much for donating and helping us out and just validating us as human beings. And with that, like I said, I'll get to emails next week. But I wanted to start with E3, and I think we're going to get it kicked off with the man Phil Spencer on what he thought. Everybody had a chance to watch all three conferences, correct?
I watched all 5.
All 5. You watched all 5. The three big ones. Everyone's pretty much seen it, though, right?
Yeah, I watched all 5.
Okay,
too.
so my knee-jerk reaction after watching the PlayStation 1 was to dedicate this entire podcast to taking shots at the people that were taking shots at me. But Phil Spencer asked himself, what would Jesus do? And he is our example. And this was his answer.
Wait,
and
really?
I think
Like he said that?
no. But
wait,
this
yeah,
is his answer. This is his response to the shots that PlayStation took at. They took shots at EA. They took shots at
Took shots at
Xbox.
everybody.
Everybody,
Yeah.
which really surprised me, and I think is smug. But we won't get into that because this is about games. It's about gaming, and when you do that, it takes away from it. And here's what Phil Spencer had to say about it. Excellent.
You know, I ran first-party studios. I'm somebody who grew up playing games. I think about a gaming console like Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo as a place I want to go play great games. And for me, this E3 was an opportunity for us to come out and just really show what we're about, how we show up. I didn't want to take shots at anybody else. It wasn't about that. It was really just here. I love the art form that we have in games. I love the creators. I wanted to bring them on the floor and actually sit with them on the floor and talk amongst them and have them come up and talk about their games and show a very diverse lineup. The reaction to that's been great. You know, that's why we do this. We do this so people will buy our games and buy our console. So that's really nice. The last year has been a good learning opportunity for all of us in the Xbox team. We're in it to win. Nobody should take away that we're not competitive with Sony, Nintendo. Completely are, and I don't want everybody to buy an Xbox One. But I think we get there through showing what we're doing and what we're focused on, and not really focus on the other guys specifically. I applauded them. I thought they had nice shows, and it's nice to see the response that the fans.
He
Amen.
leads the
Such a
way.
good
Amen, Phil
answer.
Spencer. I
And
love
that's
the
just
art
one of
form.
his interviews.
I love the art form. I want you guys to buy Xbox. I want you guys to enjoy games. That's what it's about. And we get there by saying, hey, here's what we have to offer. Not by saying, we offered a camera for free the entire time. We showed more footage than EA. And I just really like that. And so,
We had more smoke on our
We had more smoke. Yeah.
yeah.
That was
Yeah. Anyways, I just think that that's excellent. I think cultural move at Xbox that we're seeing, and we're seeing it in the updates, constant updates that are real for us. We're seeing it in the fact that Phil Spencer said we're shaping the Xbox. We are getting what we want because of that cultural shift at the Xbox corporate level. Agree? Disagree? What do you guys, Mark Haywood, what do you think of that quote?
It's awesome. We've been saying this a lot throughout our podcast, how even though we specialize in Microsoft, our show does, what would happen if we didn't have competitive gaming? You know, what would happen if we didn't have a Sony or a Microsoft or a Nintendo? The innovation would be stale. You know, competition drives, and Phil Spencer says that in such a, I mean, it's a classy way, it's a positive way. He says, you know, they did a great job. I don't want to put anything, you know, we want to win. We want everybody to get an Xbox, but he was so classy about it, and he was so positive about it. And he mentioned he's a gamer. I love I love that. You know, I agree 100% with that whole run of statements. So, did I explain myself all right?
No,
I mean,
excellent. Yeah, absolutely. I think we're all in agreement here. Anyone else have immediate reaction to this, or any comments, concerns before we move on to his next awesome quote?
I think he handled it perfectly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Such
I
a
was
positive
actually,
way. Such a positive
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
to.
I was.
Yeah. Go, Jordan.
Oh, sorry. No, you go, Mark.
Such a positive way to say that. Jordan, your turn.
Okay. No, I was telling Mark, not really have I ever seen the CEOs of these companies talk about their competition so openly like that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, last year they say, hey, PlayStation 4 said they're not having DMR, or, whatever, this and that. And it's like,
DRM.
yeah.
DRM.
And then they just give your typical corporate answer. Microsoft does this because of this. He says, hey, yeah, Sony does that. This is what we're doing. He talks. Even Nintendo, there's another interview he has where he just talks about them openly. Like, yeah, that's a good idea on their part, and we're actually thinking about doing that for our console. So, I mean, it's just, he's a cool, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think it kind of. I mean, you can tell he is a gamer. He even talked about that in that quote. I grew up playing games. I grew up playing all consoles, and he respects every. I mean, there's a respect level there that.
And he actually had an interview right after the show. I don't know if we're going to play it or not, so hopefully I don't ruin it. But they asked him about the competition, and he says he thinks it's great that all these companies are pushing out their products, because when all the companies do that, the only person that wins is the consumer.
Yeah. Well, I
and
think
the gamers.
Absolutely, absolutely.
as you guys
that's
talked
what
about-
competition does.
So he said many times, friendly competition is good.
Yeah.
And it is good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I think I'd like to make this statement, and you can write this down because it's epic. Real gamers gamers are not fanboys. If you're a fanboy, you're not a gamer. That's
Well,
it. Yep.
That's
bold. That's bold,
You're
baby.
asking for it right there.
Write that down. No, but it's true, and I think that you have to appreciate what everyone has to offer, and what they do right. Not all of them are perfect. They all have their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, not one place is the best.
Yeah,
you know?
and enjoy what they have to offer. That's what gaming's about. That's what makes you a true gamer. So
Yep, I completely agree
with
with
that,
you.
let's.
I think that's why I don't like when people say, "Oh, this company won E3 because of this." You know, it's like
Oh yeah.
they
don't
all
even-
had
E3
great
is about the games,
things
yeah.
in
Don't
there.
even
You
get
know,
me. Don't even get me started on that.
E3 should be about the games. That's,
Yeah. Amen. Amen, brothers. Ben, this is like a spiritual, religious E3 experience we're having right here. Anyways, let's. He actually spoke about the free-to-play model and the free-to-play model on Xbox One, and I wanted to play that because this isn't getting that much play, but I do think it's interesting, and I think it's interesting to see it from the corporate standpoint and viewpoint of what they think.
We have a good lineup of free-to-play games on 360, and I think it's an interesting business model and creative mechanic for getting people to play, and things like Happy Wars and World of Tanks and Warface and stuff on 360 have done really well. Early on in a new generation like we are with Xbox One, free-to-play as a model really requires a lot of people. That's how the whole model works, because you're going to monetize such a smaller set. We've embraced free-to-play long ago in the console space, and we'll continue to do that. I think it's an interesting form of gaming, and you see a lot of innovation there, and something that I think is here to stay.
So I think that is excellent. The background was they were showing clips of World of Tanks, yeah, in the background there. And give credit to GameSpot. They're the one that conducted this interview, asked excellent questions. That's how we got these answers. So, yeah, free to play. I didn't think about that. That wasn't even a thought process of mine. But when I heard that, I thought, oh, yeah, wait a minute. You know, the PC is the #1 place for free to play. Microsoft obviously is involved in the PC. But bringing that model over to the Xbox One, there's a few on the Xbox 360. But I really do think we will see a stronger free-to-play presence in the coming years. As, like he said, it's all about numbers. So as it grows, even more with the audience, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Jordan, what do you think?
I like the three. I don't know. I like the free-to-play model, but I don't know how to explain it. I like it if it works.
There are
If the game-
instances when
You know
it's
what I
done
mean?
right.
For example,
there's pay to
I
win.
don't-
There's pay to win, and there's
pay to win I don't like, but like the thing is I don't mind paying $60 to get a solid game. You know what I mean? I don't mind giving the company money to make an awesome game, right? Whereas free to play, I know the way they make their money and stuff like that is like the microtransactions and stuff like that, which is fine if it works though. Because I mean, the way I see it is like it is business, right? They have to make money to produce product. That's just how it comes down to, right? And if the free-to-play game's not making money, then obviously it's not going to do well. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, no, absolutely, Mr. McSpicy.
if it were like, I'm trying to think, like, for example, not an Xbox game, but a PC game, League of Legends, completely free to play, but they have such a following and a lot of people that just buy skins just because they want them, so the developers can, you know, be paid to do all this
Yeah.
extra work and give us more content, right?
Yeah, no,
So that
I think the MOBA
in that
space
situation that works,
is
but
where it's done correctly. No, you're absolutely right, Mr. McSpicy. What are your thoughts on the
On
free-to-play
free-to-play
model
or
on the
on
Xbox
what was-
One, coming to the Xbox One?
Well, it's pop when it works, it works. And I think Microsoft would make a mistake if they did not embrace a model that has an opportunity to make them money when it's done right. And I think Phil Spencer is right on the mark when he says that. So you know, it's almost as though he, you know, in that interview he's just saying we'll gradually get into it. We're not going to take more risks than we can handle.
Yeah.
But I kind of got that vibe that, you know, they're going to do a lot of research and make sure that the free-to-play model they're not, you know, outlawing by any means the free-to-play model.
and they
They're
already
going-
have a free-to-play game on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I mean it's a smart move by Microsoft, and it's a smart move by any console to embrace a model that works when it's done right. So.
Absolutely. Red like my dad. Any closing thoughts?
You
on
guys
that?
pretty much said it. Just he kind of made it seem like it's not going to happen right now, but it eventually will probably come. But we don't have enough Xbox One
Yeah, well,
members right now.
we're too early in the generation, but
Yeah.
but I just thought that was an interesting quote. I wanted to include that because that's not what was really focused on. This was kind of a side thing, but I thought it was interesting and we forget. Oh yeah, there's this whole other world out there
Yeah.
in models and in gaming models that exists.
Well, I play Hearthstone, and that's a free-to-play game, and I love that game. And I've, you know, going back to Jordan's, whether you like it or not, it's kind of a pay-to-win, but it's still fun if you don't pay money.
Yeah, for
You know
instance,
what I
I
mean?
haven't paid any money, and I'm still earning the cards that I can earn or I can pay for. And it's not that you pay to win because it's still strategy, regardless of what cards you use.
Yeah, and to be legendary, you're going to need legendary cards, and if you want to speed up the process, you can definitely pay a lot of money to just open, you know, card packs. For those of you who haven't played Hearthstone, where have you been? But it's just it's a digital Magic the Gathering kind of
Yeah, can you imagine if
spiritual kind of you know, it's very similar to that game, but free to play model, if it's fun without paying money, I actually like Hearthstone is a perfect game. I love that game. I don't spend money on it, but I love playing it.
Yeah, well, there's
And
an
the
example
bottom-
too where you're willing to pay money for it because it is a good game, and
Yes,
you don't
I-
feel like they're trying to get money out of you. That's the key.
And I did buy a $50 card deck, or you know, a $50 50 packs or 40 packs or whatever, because in my head I thought if I were to buy this game I would pay $50, and so that's all I did, and I haven't spent any more money on it. My thoughts on that, I mean, if it's fun, at the bottom line, if it's fun, I'll play it. You know,
Yeah.
if it gets to the point where if it's not fun, unless you pay money, that's when I won't play. And that's where I think the model fails.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where people, you know, it's just a money grab, where they're forcing you to spend money. That's where it turns a lot of people off. Anyways, let's move on to actually the bulk of E3, the conference. So let's start with the Microsoft conference. I want to know how you felt it went overall, and let's start with Red Like My Dad. How do you felt that the Microsoft conference in and of itself went overall?
Now that I've seen the other conferences, I like how it was quick with less talking and more gameplay, you know? Because a lot of the other ones was a lot of talking, and it was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, and
hurry
they-
up
I mean,
and
they
just show me something.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely promised that it would be all about the games, and
Yeah,
it
they
definitely
did a
was.
great job of it. You know, I love just being able to see all the games. You know, you don't want to spend an hour and a half listening to someone talk. You want to see some game footage. You know, you want to see how how these games coming out, whether you want to play them, whether you don't, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Jordan, how about you? How did you feel the overall conference went on the Microsoft side?
I thought it was excellent. We had all it was Phil Spencer coming out. Hey, how's it going? This is Xbox. This is what we're having this year. Games.
Check out my T-shirt.
Game after game
Games.
after game after game. He came out again, said, "Hey, not over. More games."
That's
So,
basically
it's
that's basically
you got
how it
11
works.
exclusives, over 20. What was it? 20 games that they showed us. It was so good. I got way excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome conference.
Mark Haywood, how about yourself?
We're just talking about the Microsoft side of things.
Yeah, and their press briefing in and of itself, how do you feel it went? Success, hit, in comparison to the other conferences? et
For
cetera?
me personally, that's exactly what I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like drama. I don't like fluff. I don't like gimmicks. I don't like. I'll take a stab. I'll take a jab. I shouldn't, but I don't like. Look we have 13 players playing on the roof of a building somewhere. How cool is that, yo? You know, I don't like all these dancers coming out and doing, you know, whatever and smoke flying. The Microsoft showcase was exactly how I want to see those things go. They were,
How
you
all
could
of
say
them
they were
should go.
almost dry. It was so barren of fluff that it was just, Phil Spencer came out. I love this game. This is one of my favorite games. He has a Limbo shirt on. Check out the sequel or check out the successor, you know. Go right into it. The only time they had people talking was when they were setting up for the next the next video or next showcase,
And
they
even
had
I thought that was cool because of the way they did it.
and it was there were clips of guys talking about their favorite games.
Yeah, they went around to all the different developers, Respawn, Bungie, all these guys, and said, "Hey, what was your favorite game going up? Hey, who was your favorite character?
Yeah,
who was
that
this
was
and that?"
cool. I did like that.
It's exactly how I wanted. No matter. I mean, Microsoft. That's what they said they were going to do. But this is exactly how I want to see an E3.
Yeah.
Show me gameplay. Show me games. I don't care about. I mean, I guess I kind of care that. Oh, cool. That guy can. He's developing a game at a pub. Well, I guess that's cool. Look at how cool these developers are. That's neat. Show me gameplay. That's exactly what Microsoft did. And I'm taking jabs. When we were talking about we shouldn't take jabs at everybody, but EA.
What would Phil
But,
Spencer do?
And actually, Phil Spencer was asked the question in the interview right after. Did you hear that? You guys hear that one?
I
When
didn't.
they asked him, they said there was not a lot of talk about different apps or the Kinect or anything like that. And Phil Spencer came out and said, "Well, if we announced the apps before the show, and he basically talked about how Kinect is always a front runner. But he says E3 is about the games, and that's what we wanted to show off."
Yeah, no, I definitely.
Exactly.
I think it's a model of how all of them. I think they're all going to follow this model. I was watching some YouTubers watch or stream the PlayStation conference, and one of them, Angry Joe, who I'm sure everyone knows, made the point. He said, "This feels like a stockholder meeting. I don't care. Where's the games?" And that's exactly what it was. They hit on all these things. And yeah, it feels like a stockholders meeting
Yeah, are we? Sorry, I was reading chat. What are
That's
you
right.
talking about? I know I'm not supposed to read chat, but I'm reading
No,
chat.
that's right. On PlayStation,
Oh, the stock-
Angry Joe
You know-
made the point during the conference that hey, this feels like a stockholders meeting, not
You know what?
an E3
You know what
gaming
felt
thing.
like that too? EA.
Yeah, EA's did as well.
EA's was hard on me because they kept just talking about their developers, and it's cool to see these people, I guess. But if I wanted to learn about that, I would go look at the developer stories or ask Jordan, because
Yeah.
Jordan the man knows everything about developers.
Well, and
Okay.
Microsoft did focus on the developers in the respect that they had the head of these studios come out and say, "Hey, this is our new game. We look forward to showing you it. Here it is."
But
Like-
what
no,
was smart?
EA came out. Sorry, Jordan. EA came. Here's the game, but then they just showed the story of the developers a lot. Most of the time, there are other games they did not, and it
I-
kind of frustrated me a little bit because it was like,
I felt Microsoft did it in a smart way because let's take Assassin's Creed for example. Assassin's Creed Unity, the developer comes out and he says, "Hey, this is the game we're making." As they're showing gameplay and playing the game, he's explaining the process and everything while they're playing, right? That's the way to do it.
Actually, he came out and he said, "This is the games that we're making."
You know who did a really good job at telling the developer story but emphasizing game and gameplay? Nintendo.
Yeah.
If you want,
Yeah,
if you want to
they did.
explain the developer story, their video, they were just, it was really neat too. I remember what I told you, Jordan, when E3 was going on. I went to your work, and you're like, I'm watching the Nintendo one next, you know, and I'm like, Nintendo, whatever. You know, remember that? That was kind of my feedback then, or my feelings. But then when I went into that, I was incredibly impressed by how they tied in the developer story stuff. I don't necessarily care about, but they did it in such a way that it was a lot of gameplay, and everything the developer was saying was related to the game. You know, on a more emotional level, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
It's
for
just-
instance, I think one good example of that is it Splatoons? Is that the game?
that game looks so good.
Oh,
by the
that
way.
looks so much fun. This isn't a Nintendo podcast, but that game looks so much fun. But what they did was they sat down and they said, okay, this is how we started with this idea, and then they showed game footage. Then they said, then it evolved to this. We thought, how can we implement squids? Let's just do that. And then they showed gameplay of it, and it was like the story of how the game was developed in 5 minutes while showing maximum amount of gameplay. It was very well done. I think that was a great example of. And
I thought-
Microsoft
yeah,
did that similarly with their developers. Just short, let's get to the games. So.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's why we're watching.
It's all about the game. We should make
I'm
a
not
T-shirt. It's all about
watching-
the games. X1 Bros.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Anyways, so overall, let's do this. Overall, from because each one, even the PlayStation conference, showed games that are going to be out on the Xbox One. So I want to go through overall game at the Microsoft conference, just from the Microsoft briefing, that you're most looking forward to. Jord the man.
And these aren't exclusives, right? Sorry.
Not
I don't-
necessarily exclusives, no. Just from each. Keep in mind, so we'll go through each conference. We'll go EA, PlayStation.
Okay, well, if we're
Microsoft.
gonna do that, I'll spread them out.
Yeah. So from the Microsoft briefing only, game that you're looking forward to the most.
This is
Microsoft.
so
well,
hard.
probably. There's too many. I mean, Halo, of course, Halo. I mean, but there's just so many other.
I want to do two ends.
Oh, I'm pondering. Okay, probably Halo Master Chief Edition.
Yeah, Halo
because
Master Chief.
It's all 4 games in one for $60, 100 maps,
Oh,
plus the
that
TV
love
show,
that.
community playtime.
Oh man,
I'm looking
so
forward
good.
to that one.
So good.
1080p, 60 frames per second.
So I think we can all agree that was their heavy hitter. I mean that was excellent. That's so much value right there. It's such a good game. Red like my dad, Mark Ashley. Game you're looking forward to the most from the Microsoft conference, or not even looking forward to, but what stuck out to you?
One that stuck out to me the most because I want to know more about it is Scalebound.
Scalebound, yeah, a
Because
lot
I'm
of people
still
like
not
that.
sure. I watched the trailer again, and it kind of bugs me now.
Well,
the trailer,
and that
but-
is a very
that one is codenamed Beats Headphones for me.
Yeah, Beats headphones.
Beats. Yeah, I want to see more. I really want to know more about it. But I really liked Witcher 3.
Yeah.
But Witcher
That
scares me
looked
because I
good.
couldn't get through Witcher 2. But
no, that did
The-
look good.
Yeah, visually that game was outstanding. We're talking about the gameplay where he was hunting through the forest, and fights the griffin. Gorgeous game. Games are. I mentioned this in our
Yeah.
podcast earlier. Gorgeous games are
yeah,
getting
it
to
just
the
looks
point where they're just
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
and we're not even a year in.
Yeah, good.
Crazy.
Good picks. That I want to mention that Scalebound. A lot of people are excited for that because apparently, and I didn't know this, but that's a big time Japanese developing team that has made some excellent games. I know they had a couple debuting on Nintendo as well during the.
Well, it
Nintendo
did surprise me
conference,
when he
but
came out, and I was like, he's Japanese. Is that the wrong conference?
Japan hates the Xbox.
Must have stole him.
Yeah, no, that is a good one. Mark Haywood, Mr. McSpicy. What stuck out to you?
Well, I like The Witcher 3, but that's not going to be my answer. And I really liked Ori. But
That was
that's-
gonna be that's my second answer, just because that one.
I
That
just
one hit
wanted
me
to
right
hug
here.
that little creature.
Yeah, I know.
Just give him a big hug.
I teared up during that one. I
I
think.
know the guy sitting there like dying. It's like, oh, that's so sad. No, yeah, that one stood out to me too. But I'm gonna have to say probably The Division.
Oh, I was saving that.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Good one.
So
That-
good.
That looked and no,
feel-
this is a roller coaster ride game. Yeah.
yeah, of emotion.
If it works, if the multiplayer works as it's supposed to,
It will be awesome.
it will be an amazing game. And the visually, again, I didn't mean to cut you off, Rad, about that, but visually, the Division looks outstanding. I love when they're walking in the subway and then they have the memory. They can see the memory of what happened. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah, people are running.
yeah, a holograph or whatever. I don't know what that is. Just yellow blah, blah, matrix.
Yellow Train.
Yeah.
Well, it was cool watching the Ubisoft one because you got to see two different trailers. You know, you got to see the Microsoft one and then the Ubisoft trailer, or
Yeah.
gameplay footage. I guess it was slightly different.
Was it?
With the Ubisoft one.
Oh, I must.
No, the Ubisoft one. They showed that trailer. That was an amazing trailer.
Yeah,
Oh, you're talking
That
about the
Silent
stop
Night?
motion, the Silent Night one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
yeah.
So
That was
good.
a fantastic trailer.
I loved it. And I told you, Jordan, you hadn't seen that yet. When I went to your work, I was like, Jordan, you gotta go see that one.
That was a wow. That was a good.
If the Division works, that game, I'm telling you, shutting the taxi door had me. That was it. He shut the taxi door. I loved it after that. That's what I want.
I am going to say that what stuck out to me was the game Inside. I went back and rewatched that trailer today.
Oh, the Limbo sequel.
Yeah, well, yeah, from the developers of Limbo, Inside.
Yeah, sorry.
I think it
Is
was
that the
actually
little
mentioned.
kid?
It was actually mentioned in chat as well. Yeah, and he's just running, and the
In
sound,
the shadows.
that hollow sound, and then they look up against the glass. It's creepy and
It
cool
is.
and interesting. Everything I like in games: creepy, cool, interesting. But then also,
It reminded me of Max almost.
yeah, well, exactly. I mean, there's 2D
the
platforms
same idea,
slash
yeah.
3D, 2.5D platforms, whatever. And then also, really, what stuck out to me was, and I'm surprised none of you guys said this, but
Well, you're forcing us to do one answer. Chat's even getting mad. They're like, Natosa's like, what about Inside? You know? Okay, everyone, he forced us to just do one answer. I have a whole list of ones that I
mine is
want.
Dragon Age though. Dragon Age.
I have 11.
that 11 exclusives. You're lame. Dragon Age though looked really good. Really looking forward to that game as well. EA, let's go to EA, and I'll start us off. Madden 15 obviously really stuck out to me. That's my game.
Do you like how they can defend? You know,
Well,
you can
this is my only.
That looked cool.
Yeah, defend is cool, but they act like you couldn't defend in the first place. And Jordan will know this because he's played with me, and I talk so much trash on defense. That is where I beat you when I am on defense.
It is really. I think. Well, I think David, you and I are the only ones that play Madden here. But
Yeah.
David, you beat me within the first 5 minutes because I throw the controller and just leave your house.
No, but defense is harder than offense because it's all about understanding how players move on the field and then what formation works well against different
Well,
offensive
it's all
plays.
about it's football. It's about reading the offense. You see the
Yeah.
offense, and you adjust to them, right? Like for
Exactly.
example,
And
they
different
got receivers
formations.
going to zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want more linebackers, so you want a nickel defense
Yeah.
against the run, right? And puts more linemen up on the thing. And I think that a lot of people in Madden perhaps don't understand that. And so I felt like EA, it looked cool. It was really awesome, but it was a little bit of a faux complaint. Like, oh, we're going to fix defense. Well, defense was never broken. People were broken, not defense. But I'm really looking forward to that. That comes out in August, and I am so stoked. Definitely buying that. Mark Haywood, let's just round robin this. What were you looking forward to from the EA conference itself? Anything that stuck out to you?
Go to someone else real quick. I'm just pulling up my notes real quick. So no, I got it. I just
Okay.
found it.
Okay.
Mirror's Edge. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I really like. I
Oh,
like
Mirror's
the.
Edge 2?
I like the first one. I played that one and finished that one. I didn't like some things, I guess, in the game. But I really like the parkour concept, and I love how she just disarms people. She disarms them, doesn't use the gun, and takes them out that way. But that game looks pretty good to me visually.
Yeah, it
speaking.
really did. And that was just a composite. It wasn't final. It was like this is the idea, right? This is what it will look like. So it was just very bare
actually did
minimum.
a lot
It
of
looked
that.
good. Yeah.
A lot of alpha footage, a lot of very early footage.
Yeah, and it was, but absolutely the way they moved when they ran that parkour, it looked so smooth, really good. So I would agree with you on that.
I would say actually that's one of the few. I didn't like. I mean I took jabs at EA a lot. So throughout this dialogue that I've been discussing. with you guys.
Jordan, how about you?
Oh, EA, let's see. Probably, let's pick the Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh yeah, they did show that.
It's not coming out for a long while. And
Yeah,
showed
they
very-
said I
very,
like their
very
quote,
early footage.
We
but
will
it looks
release it.
good.
Their quote. What was their quote? We will release it when it's ready. Basically.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and
Well,
here's
and
another
that's what-
here's another thing about Fluff, the violinist, the celloist
Oh,
or whatever coming out. I
yeah.
don't like that. So just show me the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
Anyways.
Phil Spencer said about Gears. He's like, we're not going to bring it out until it's ready.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
And I-
that's
I
why.
appreciate
But that's why they
that.
didn't.
Yeah.
But that's why they
Yeah.
didn't show it. I feel like EA would have been better. I know they want
Just
the hype
leaving it,
because
yeah.
Battlefront is a huge game, incredibly popular.
Well, DICE acquired it, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
They had got the license for it quite a while ago. So, but anyway, I'm excited for that one. Been excited for it for a while.
Oh, I can't wait.
You guys
to
know
get
this.
regular.
I think the Frostbite engine is an amazing engine,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
and
Well,
yes, some of the games on it don't.
well.
properly
Speaking of the
work,
Frostbite
but
engine,
the engine itself is
But
awesome.
that's not
That's
the engine's fault.
The network of the company.
well, EA
The
has
engine-
really utilized it in a lot of its. Even Madden is using it to a certain extent, if I'm not mistaken, and other sports games.
What game is using it? And I actually
Yeah,
laughed 'cause I thought it was funny.
well, I think let's hold off on that because I think this
Yeah,
might
I
be
think yeah.
Mark Ashley's pick of.
I'm
the
gonna
EA.
guess.
Can we
The
guess?
Sims. The
Oh
Sims, right?
no.
Hey,
no.
I'm buying that game. I like that game.
Yeah, they're like, you have emotions now. No, I'm just
The
kidding.
Sims.
I didn't even see EA's yet, but I already
Oh!
know 2 games that I want to play. One, of course, is going to be the golf.
Tiger Woods, and that's where DICE comes in.
Is it
that's
still Tiger Wood, though? I don't think it's Tiger Wood.
PGA.
PJ.
Because they got rid of Tiger Wood.
Isn't that game on the Frostbite engine too?
It's on the Frostbite engine, and that's what they showed, and it
Yeah.
looks so good. And they're adding into it, and you should go watch this trailer, Mark,
Oh,
because you
is
will
that
love
where
it.
I think I saw it where you can shoot over like war zones?
Yeah,
Oh, there's
it's-
there's
it's
like a big boat. and
Yeah,
then
it's an
so-
actual island.
Yeah.
Well, it's
into the
Yeah.
beach.
it's one of the
Just play
maps.
golf.
It's one of the maps from Battlefield that you're playing
Oh, that's
golf
right.
on.
Yeah.
So Phil
that's
Mickelson, Tiger Woods can be down there hitting over a battleship from
You know how
Battlefield
awesome-
3.
You know what? Tiger Woods probably won't even be in this game because they canceled his contract.
No, he's
well,
they
That's
own
why
the
it's not Tiger
PGA.
Woods golf anymore.
No,
It's
no.
just
They
PGA.
they own the PGA license, so everyone's in there. It's the same with like MLB 2K series.
Hey, hey,
But I
listen,
also want to see NHL 15 because I haven't had an
that
NHL
makes
game
sense.
in
Yeah.
years.
that looked good. It really
Those
did. look
are
pretty-
all rated some of the best sports games ever made. All the NHL series, they
They're
just
always
do
in,
it.
yeah.
It's just like FIFA. They just do it
Yeah.
right.
They don't
there's-
really
you're
have
not
to do
gonna
anything
compete with
different.
them.
They just
Yeah.
kind of tweak it a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had to laugh because you got this super intense high-tech engine that is made from bottom to top for the Battlefield series. Destruction, combat, explosion. Huge graphical engine, and then they're like, we're putting the golf game on it.
Do you know how awesome it would be to watch golf Saturday morning or Sunday morning with battleships just plowing in somewhere, and they're like,
Minutes later, he's hitting over a battleship that's exploding into an island, and it was a pretty good shot.
Well, I
to be fair.
do think it's a
Soft
great
golf
idea.
clap, you know?
Because arcade golf is very popular. The Mario Golf series very popular, and you get people who aren't necessarily into golf. It's more of a party game, and I think PJ is smart. 'Cause it's a simulator more. It's for serious golfers, people that are fans of golf. But adding this arcade option into it as well, or area where you can use arcade version is smart by them. I
At
think.
first, I didn't really like it because I just wanted a golf game, where
Yeah.
just. But it could be kind of fun.
Well, it's optional. You don't have to play it.
optional. They
That's
call it
true.
fantasy golf.
Yeah,
It's a-
fantasy
you know,
golf,
name or
exactly.
something
So,
like that. No,
anyway.
My
but no,
fantasy
the
in
game
golf is actually doing well.
the golf game actually does look really good. I just thought it was funny because you got this high-powered, intense engine, and you're throwing it into a golf game. So it's, anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Madden, it has in it fantasy football, and it will track all your fantasy football stuff.
Awesome.
So
That's cool.
this year, for all the listeners out there, anyone that's into fantasy football, maybe we'll put together a X1 fantasy football league on Madden, and go
That's
head
cool.
to head. That would be awesome. So moving on to, let's do the Ubisoft conference, and then we'll finish up with PlayStation because they had some Xbox games on there that they
as well.
highlighted. Nintendo didn't have any Xbox games, but I mean, we could talk about what we liked about it. But
Oh, okay, never mind then. Sorry.
I don't think Nintendo had any Xbox games on there.
No, but they had cool games. I
oh.
want that Mario Maker.
Hey, he's Canadian, Mario.
Mario.
Also say Peggle.
Mario.
Say Peggle one more time.
Peggle.
Wait, how do you say Peggle?
Peggle? Peggle? Ah,
Yeah, he
crap.
says Peggle.
Peggle. So I say Peggle the way you guys say sorry.
No,
Sorry.
Sorry.
We don't say sorry, we say sorry.
So I use an A when I shouldn't, and you guys use an A.
Oh, well.
But anyways, okay, Ubisoft conference. Let's start with Jordan.
I think I'm gonna steal Mark since he stole mine. Far Cry 4.
Oh, that did look good. That looked good.
Can I?
Oh, no, I changed my mind. Mark, you can have Far Cry 4
No,
back.
I'm not gonna do it.
No, take it back. I don't want it. The Crew. I've actually been really excited for that game.
I love the
I forgot
trailer.
that. I know. Just it's a 2-hour, like in real life. It takes you 2 hours to finish that mission.
I was watching the interview that was it Twitch that they were interviewing the developers on that one, and they said, honestly, the reason we made that is because we had no time to make a trailer, and so that. That's what they said. They said we're just building the game as we're all our times that we don't have time to make a trailer. So that's why they did the fast motion with the calm music or whatever. It was awesome.
It was cool. Hey, and they said that is literally a 2-hour mission that you can complete with your friends and get score and stuff like that to complete. Because it takes you, I think, 3 hours to get from one end of the map to the other, or something like that. 2 hours. But
3 hours just hanging out with your friends, racing.
I was thinking about it. You know what's funny is if we all log in and we have to meet somewhere, oh, man. We all got to log in at the same place. So, anyway, The Crew. I'm excited for that one. I can't wait till it comes out. I'm getting it midnight. That's me.
Nice.
All right.
Red like my dad, Mark Ashley.
Just Dance.
Just Dance, yeah.
Really?
No,
Are you
no,
kidding me?
Let me
That was the first game I had for the Xbox One, which is kind of
let me
funny.
put it up on my cell phone real quick so I can play with you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, I like how Tetris is coming back, but
Oh.
I like Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that
and
was good.
Yeah, that one looks really cool.
Another game that visually blows my mind. It looked good.
I haven't been really into Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 2, and that I might buy this one.
This is the
Well,
first
the
one.
fourth one was good. So
This is
yeah.
the first one that really makes me want it. The fourth one, ships were
The
fun,
ships
Black
made
Flag,
me want it. Yeah.
but there was nothing that was like, I've got to get this game. But being able to play with your friend, oh, and how good it looked with all those, how many people were down there in the square. Oh,
It looked so
Even
blows
just
my
even
mind.
just little things. Did you notice they changed his what do you call it? When someone like does a spell, what do you call it? His animations. There you go.
Oh,
they changed his
yeah.
animations even when he's running up walls. Now he spins and jumps differently.
Yeah, and he fights differently too.
Yeah,
he kind of
they
swings a bit
changed all of
different.
his animations, which was, it's cool.
Can I
I'm
say,
really-
and I know this is a part of the Assassin's Creed story, but Abstergo, can we not focus on them at all in this one? I am so
please.
tired of
I hate that.
Abstergo. A lot of people that are really into the lore and the story love those levels going back there. I hate it. I just want to be a pirate going around driving my ship, singing songs with my crewmates. I don't want to go back to a video game developer company.
Yeah.
Same. I want to go chop off Marie Antoinette's head. I don't want to be going back into this video game company. So that's just me. But anyways, vent time.
Abstergo.
That's funny. So, I mean,
will-
like, yeah. The walls, I want to chip in too because the walls, the artwork on the ceilings and everything. I mean,
Oh,
and I
the
can't wait to
floor-
play with you
the
guys. I
reflection on
can't
the
wait to
floor.
play to kill
It's the
people with
perfect
you
number
guys.
of co-op.
Oh,
I
big
know.
floor.
Poor
So
people.
And we're gonna be
let's
so
do
bad
this.
at this game too because someone's gonna run in and like.
We're gonna. David's gonna be Leroy Jenkins.
Dude, I will be the
us three are
sword-
gonna be
I
like,
will be
okay,
the sword
okay,
fighters.
So we gotta look around there. There's a guy over there, and David's just gonna Leroy Jenkins just run on in.
For the revolution! That was probably really loud. Sorry if
Where's
I.
David?
Sorry if you're
Yeah, where's
listening.
David?
Outside fighting.
gonna ruin the whole mission.
That'll be
Oh, that's
so
gonna be a
fun.
fun game. I can't wait to play that with you guys.
Mr. McSpicy, Ubisoft conference. What's stuck out to you?
Oh, did you say my name? I just read a text.
Yes, I did. Man.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
3
sorry.
times.
I would say. I already said The Division, so I'm not going to say that. That game looks awesome. Far Cry 4. And the reason I like. Okay, I played Far Cry 3. I never played Far Cry 1 or 2, so I don't know about that. But I played Far Cry 3, beat it. Great game. I loved the bad guy. I think, honestly.
Best bad
this is
guy. Best
of
one
all
of the best
time,
bad
Because
guys.
he was
Yeah.
crazy.
Dude,
And they
I
did a
like
good
your
job
phone.
of
This
showing
is a
that.
cool phone. Yeah, like that guy is just and Far Cry 3. Have you guys played Far Cry 3? Any of you?
I've played
No.
half of it.
That's the guy that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy's at
Best
the very
bad
beginning.
guy.
He's like, "Oh, this is a cool phone," you know.
I know.
Um, That probably my favorite bad guy of any video game. The trailer for Far Cry 4, that bad guy, the voice acting in it, the everything about it. He takes a selfie with the guy that
Yeah.
after he just murders a dude
kills the other guy. Yeah.
with a knife and everything. That the Far Cry series creates amazing bad guys, which in turn make you get immersed a lot more and make you, enjoy the game a lot more. So I'm excited about that. I'll say that's mine, Jordan. Yeah, you're right. I'll take that.
That is
one,
a
Far
good
Cry 4. If anyone listening has not seen that trailer, watch that trailer and just the bad guy is crazy. He's
Well, and I think it's not even a knife; it's like a pen that he stabs him with.
and he gives it to the guy.
Yeah, he says,
like,
"Hey, hold this for a second," and then he takes the
takes a
selfie.
selfie. Oh man, I can't wait to play that game just to learn about that bad guy. Sounds good. So, or looks
My
good.
game that really stands out to me from the Ubisoft conference is a game that's actually coming out this month. Valiant Hearts: The Great War. It's
Oh
the
yeah, with the little dog. That one
Oh,
also made me
so
sad.
good. It's the same engine as Child of Light. Great. It just looked like a really good, in-depth, meaty story there. You play 4 different characters. There's a sweet dog that's there. And each character has like different goals. Like one's trying to escape from prisoner of war just to be with his dog. One is trying to become a war hero, and you play these different perspectives. Looks excellent. That's right up my alley. That is a game I'm really looking for, and it
It
comes
did
out
look
this
really
month,
cool.
June
Yeah,
25th.
and it looked really emotional too. It
Yeah.
looked like it's.
Someone at
This
E3,
story's-
it was on a panel with like Jack Tretton, Phil Spencer, and 2 other guys. But the guy was saying, and he was right. He said, "The more depressing the trailer, the better the game looks."
That is really funny.
And then he quoted like Valiant Hearts and The Division and all the other super sad trailers and
Yeah.
so.
And last but not least, the PlayStation conference. And now they had a lot of cross-platform games. That's why we're so the Xbox game that stood out to me the game that's coming to Xbox that stood out to me during the PlayStation conference was honestly Metal Gear Solid. Holy crap.
That does look good.
That looked so good. That trailer, so good. Also, another emotional trailer. Another sad emotional trailer. But that looked really good. Watching people play the demo, I guess is what it is, has really got me excited. I want to play that game. And then I heard a lot of people that had the chance to go and play that demo at their booth, that it truly is this open world. You can do anything, different play styles, sneaking around, killing people, or going in guns blazing, options that it proclaims itself to be. So I'm super stoked for that game.
It does look sweet.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Mr. McSpicy, what about you?
The Sony's.
Yeah, that's an Xbox game. Cross-platform. What any that stood out to you there?
Batman, right?
Yeah,
Isn't Batman.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
that looked awesome.
The
I can't
driving was
expect-
cool in that, wasn't it?
The driving, yeah. We had an in-depth discussion on our couch cast yesterday
Yeah,
with
we did.
some
About
people
Batman
with-
and guns.
yeah,
and
about Batman using guns, which
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
conflicted.
Rubber bullets,
Conflict-
man.
Tanks.
Rubber
Because we were
bullets.
just so excited about like how awesome that game looked. But yeah, I'll figure out. I'm deciding whether I like it or not, and I'll have to play it to make sure that Batman really isn't killing people with guns. You know.
Well, it's because his car turns into a tank and
Well,
he shoots.
and she
people.
says there's nobody in the tanks. She told him that.
oh, okay. So they're
Yeah,
clones.
That's why he does it.
Yeah, and when it's people,
is-
it switches to
Yeah.
rubber bullets,
They're just-
which
yeah,
to me is
clones.
kind of a cop-out weird thing. But that's
But
the game
another
looks
comic
so
in and of
good.
itself.
besides
It does
that,
look cool.
holy cow!
Although
him putting on his suit, my favorite part. This may sound weird, is when his mask went on his face.
Yeah, it was like I thought it was Iron Man at first. But
Yeah, I know.
this is
Oh
better.
man, and he looks so.
I
I
will
love
say
that
though,
man.
they did show where he was flying around a bunch around Gotham, and didn't it still seem a little empty for you guys? Because that's the big complaint of, especially the last Batman. It's supposed to be this living, thriving city, and it wasn't. So that's
Last
one thing.
Batman, which the real
Arkham
last
City.
Batman or the
Arkham Origins. I know.
or Arkham City.
It's Arkham City. Arkham City. Yeah.
Actually, I had
Arkham
no
City-
complaints about that. I thought
Well,
it was fine.
I felt that Arkham City was a little small.
Uh-huh.
This
like
game,
they-
this look
This did look bigger. Arkham City
Well,
is a great
but-
game, and
but
I
I
love
feel
it. But
like
it,
as
the
he
open
was-
world did seem a little small.
I feel
if
like
that makes
as he was flying around, there still wasn't that much going on in the city, and it was just granted it's just the brief preview, so I don't know. But I hope they fix
You're
that because
hurting my feelings. It looked really good.
no,
It
it did
almost-
look really
it
good.
looked
I
like
just
they
know that was
fixed
one of the
his flying,
complaints
too.
of it. So.
Well, I don't because I played Arkham City. I loved Arkham
Well,
City.
or maybe it was Origins then that I'm thinking of.
Origins had
the-
more complaints.
The
than
latest
Arkham
one,
City.
in that it's supposed to be this thriving city, and it really wasn't. So
That
it
was
basically
probably
empty.
Origins. I don't know.
well,
Did you
regardless-
notice the flying was better? It looked like when he went down and then back up, he went higher
I've
than
seen-
like Arkham
I've
City.
heard that's a complaint. They don't want to fly
Yeah.
as far.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It looked like they let him
I
do
don't
it more.
sometimes. I don't know. I just want to play the game.
I just want to put on the mask.
All these. Okay, he glides, I guess, a lot more. I don't know. I thought it was more or less like
He's got a
Mario.
better cape this
Mario
time
World.
around.
Yeah, man.
What's that?
He has a better cape this time around.
Yeah, I mean, it's technology. It'll
Well,
improve.
Tony
I mean,
Stark made it for him. So
Yeah, I know. His mask just goes.
Jordan, how about you? Anything that stuck out to you?
In the Sony one,
that is coming to Xbox.
probably Batman as well. I do think it looks well. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to go with Metal Gear Solid as well because I played Ground Zeroes. I really liked it. The end of Ground Zeroes got me excited for the Phantom Pain, and this new trailer just got me more excited. So I am really excited for the Metal Gear Solid. But I do have to say this, and guys, I love my Xbox, I really do, but I am so jealous that Naughty Dog is exclusive to Sony.
Yeah.
I think they're a fantastic company, and I'm
Yeah.
just really sad that we won't get Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my thing. I really do like my Xbox. It's just like we said, all games are awesome, but that Naughty Dog is such a good company.
They are great.
So,
Their games are so good.
Anyway,
That's more of exclusives, yeah? I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
it's.
that's exclusive.
You were probably going to buy a PlayStation 4 because of Uncharted.
Yeah. And vice versa.
Well, I would. That's how good That's how good those games are. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
that's
such
why
an excellent
they
company.
own those franchises. Mark Ashley, anything that stuck out to you that was at the PlayStation
Rainbow
conference?
Six.
Oh, good choice. That did look so good.
It looked really cool. It looked fun.
That did
Like,
look cool.
that's the one where they shot the walls up, everything. Yeah.
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 That, even though I gotta say this, it seemed really scripted, which kind of
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the way they were talking together.
Yeah.
I was telling Jordan this earlier. I was like,
it
that
seemed
was totally fake. How they,
scripted. Obviously, it's scripted, but it seemed,
Yeah.
I think everybody's just excited Rainbow Six is back.
Yeah.
I've never played it, so it looks really cool.
Honorable mention before I move on for the PlayStation conference, Destiny was there as well, and
Oh, I totally forgot.
yeah,
I don't know why.
and that and there was another pot shot that they took right
Yeah.
there with that one, but let's not get into that. But
And I
that,
I'm still in two minds of Destiny. I haven't.
oh,
I
watch,
need to watch more.
yeah, watch people play it and listen to them talk about their experience playing the demo at the booth there. It looks really good. I'm impressed with it. So
And I think Rainbow Six was actually at Ubisoft's conference.
was it?
Yeah, it was at Ubisoft's.
Ashley, don't make
It's
me
how
look
they-
stupid. No, I really liked.
But it still does look awesome.
It looks awesome, and I've read all the Tom Clancy's. I'm a huge Tom Clancy fan. You'll always hear me go, "Things down here don't react well to bullets." I really love Hunt for Red October. So
and last but not least, I think we've covered it's a good year for gaming this holiday season. Did you guys get the Reddit attachment that I sent you
that you
guys
sent
of,
us?
of
Yeah.
the list of all
Oh,
the
yeah.
I don't know
games
what we're gonna
coming
do in
out?
October. That's just nuts.
Oh man!
And
well,
then
so
November
glad
as
me
well.
and you, David, are on this plan.
I don't know where all this money is going to come from because how do I
Yeah.
not play these? Look at just August. Look at August. Ready for
Yeah.
this? Diablo 3 must get for me. Madden NFL 15 getting. Metro,
David, there you go. You buy those two, I'll get the other two. We're
Metro, and Minecraft. I mean, how do you say no to those? Those are all part. Then you got September. You've got Destiny, FIFA 15, and Forza Horizon. And NHL 15 if you want that. And Dead Central for Mark.
And then in November, Call of Duty, Halo, Far Cry. You know.
But
Oh my gosh.
October's the big one. Ready? Let me just go through October real
set.
quick.
Read them all down.
Watch this. Skylanders, Alien
Buying it.
Isolation, Dragon Age.
Alien looks so good. We didn't even talk
Oh,
about
I know.
that.
That
one.
looks so good. Oh,
That looks so good.
so good. Alien Isolation, Dragon Age, Middle Earth, NBA
Middle Earth.
2K15.
Can we talk about Middle Earth?
Oh yeah, Middle Earth looks so good. Oh
Can
my
we talk
gosh.
about
Okay.
that? Or are we? I mean,
No,
are we out of
let's
time?
no, absolutely. Let's talk about it. But let's go through. Watch this.
Okay,
So-
because every time you say
I
a game,
know.
I want to talk about
I know,
it.
but all these are coming out in October. Can you believe that? Alien, Dragon Age, Middle Earth, NBA 2K15, Walking Dead, Battlefield Hardline, Evolve, Assassin's Creed Unity, and Sunset Overdrive. Holy crap!
Yeah, there's way too many coming out.
October. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
There is 4 games coming out every week in
Yeah.
October.
Well, then what's in November? Because there's a few others in November that are.
Oh, well,
That's
Call of
the
Duty,
Halo,
The
the
Crew,
Crew.
Far
the
Cry
Halo and the
4.
Crew.
I mean,
Far Cry.
basically, after July, it's nothing but games.
Yep.
So I will not be going out to movies for quite a while.
Shadow of Mordor, though, that's right. I can't believe we missed that game. Let's talk about that. Mark Haywood, why don't you lead us off?
With which one?
Oh my gosh.
Middle Earth.
Yeah, ADD. We're gonna get you some. What is it that ADD Ritalin here so that you help you pay
I'm way
attention.
tired right
That
now.
is-
Give me a break, okay?
Middle Earth.
Okay, so I want to talk about Middle Earth because one of the biggest complaints that I noticed before we knew much about it was it looked a lot like Assassin's Creed. And after seeing gameplay, it is, in my opinion, it is absolutely nothing like Assassin's Creed. The gameplay looks awesome. We saw a limited amount of abilities that this person had. He's running through and killing orcs. You know, you can do stealth stuff. You can just go right on in, but the gameplay looked awesome, and the abilities that this guy was using, killing orcs, freezing time, shooting a guy. You can actually take over people's like minds or something and go back in time. What was that about?
That's
Didn't
the
he go back in
Nemesis. That's
time to-
that Nemesis system.
That's your
which-
Nemesis system. So you control them, and then they control anyone underneath them.
And they level up too, don't they? Like it's like an RPG system within a system.
So if you were in a war and you controlled the chief, all his guys underneath him would fight for you.
Wow, the game looks. I'm blown away by how
I'm getting that
fun
game for sure.
looks. It looked
yeah.
that looked like a lot of fun, and I saw him
It
take
does.
over. Or no, he didn't. He kind of took over the mind of like a big beast. I don't know what that thing was.
Oh, the
but then he
ogre?
leaped on it. No, it wasn't an ogre. It was like a big dog. Yeah,
Oh,
a big
the
dog.
warg? The warg?
Man, yeah, I don't know the lore.
He's a warg
it's a
rider.
jeep, not a warthog. I don't know. You know.
It's a jeep.
Warthog.
It's a
No, the
warg.
big dog
duh.
thing. I don't know. The gameplay to me, I got pretty excited. I had nothing, I just saw the trailer before we all walked in.
I
it's like
think it's
Assassin's
and I think it's exciting to see because I was one that was skeptical of that because I felt like it seems a little bit gimmicky. No, it looks like it's legit.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
looks
the
like a
fact that the
legit game.
story is Lord of the Rings, that already makes it,
Yeah, makes it better.
at least for me anyway. I like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it definitely has that-
And
that
the problem is we've had too many crappy Lord of the Rings games, and so we
Yeah.
need a good one.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. Did I say what I needed to say, David? I'm sorry I have ADD. I'm just really tired. Okay. Jeez, sorry.
Riddler. I'm just gonna call you Riddlin face.
Just do it. I don't care. I don't care. Shut up.
Well, let's get out of here. That is E3. Super exciting. Lots of stuff coming up. That's our thoughts. Brad, like my dad, what are you up to this week? Where can people watch you? Etc. Etc. I say that a lot.
Let's. I honestly don't know. So you can check me out Twitch, Twitter, and gamertag rad like my dad. I want to play Wolfenstein again. I just don't know if I'll have time. Actually, I might be able to do it this week. If that's the case, it'll probably be early afternoons, like 2:30. I guess that's not early afternoon. Probably Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
And then I will stream those ones then.
So Monday or Tuesday, Mark Ashley will be streaming, and we can all tune in.
Do something, or I might do Metro.
Wolfenstein,
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
on the Xbox One. Jordan, how about you?
You can follow me on Twitter at JordanMan_XOB. You can follow me on Twitch at JordanMan_X1Bros. And then, as always, you can follow me on the Xbox at just JordanMan. And tomorrow, I'm streaming Watch Dogs. It's going to be called The Road to 100%. I'm going to see if I can get 100% all tomorrow night. So
Is
the
this-
11 people watching us right now, please watch me tomorrow.
Is this 100% achievements or?
No, 100% in the game.
Okay, cool.
So well, there's an achievement, I think.
Road to
100%.
100.
Road to 100% tomorrow, probably around 7 or 8 Mountain Standard Time. So come tune in.
In the morning?
I'd really
In the afternoon?
appreciate it.
In the-
It's
in
kind
the
of my
evening?
really first time streaming. Well, first, second, third. I don't know.
He's got new internet.
I'm still in the
That's right.
beginning stages here. So come hang out with me.
He's got new internet. Yeah, definitely tune in. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to watching you stream that, actually. And where can people watch you? Get a hold of you.
Do you want me to say it again?
Oh, well, yeah. Let's go.
No, I didn't know
heard
that
you
was one of those times
No,
where
I
said
heard you
it,
the
no
first
one
time.
listened.
This is not a Ritalin moment. This is remind everyone.
Okay, you can follow me on Twitch at JordanMan_X1Bros or X1Bros. Yeah.
Nice. Mark Haywood, how about yourself?
I'm going to be sitting down and thinking about all the games we didn't even talk about, like Alien Isolation or Sunset Overdrive or all those things. Like, we're ending this show, in my opinion, a little prematurely, David.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
That is content that
do you want me to just go through the Xbox One?
we
News and awesomeness right now.
we have
There's so
content
much.
that will last us the rest of the year just from this conference.
Do you know how cool Alien Isolation looks?
Oh man,
Like,
super stoked.
if anyone hasn't even watched any Aliens, they're like the movies, Alien. They had CRT monitors with the green writing. It was very like sci-fi, 1979, 80, whatever. When those were released, I don't know. So somebody's gonna correct me on that. I know, but that game looks so good. It looks scary, legitimately scary, and so good.
It does.
Okay.
It really does.
All right. You can find me at tweet me at Mr. McSpicy. On Twitch, I'm Mr. McSpicy. Xbox Live, I'm Mr. McSpicy. I'd love to play games with you. I'm going to be playing Watch Dogs. Again, I love that game. I'm going to be playing that a lot this week. I will be playing Hearthstone, probably some more Trials, StarCraft. I will not be playing Murdered Soul Suspect. So,
Amen.
Can we look forward to any streams from you this week?
yeah. Let me. I'll stream on Monday. How's that sound? I think I'm open Monday. I'll stream. You know what I haven't done in a while that people liked was playing Legos with my wife. So
Oh,
I'll see if
that
she's
is good.
available to play that.
Yeah.
It's
a good
called
time.
Lego with Mego. So
Or Lego, my Mago.
I will plan. She likes to clock out early, so I'll plan on playing that 7 o'clock Mountain Standard. Let me put that out there. 7 o'clock
Nice.
Mountain Standard. Join me if you want.
So
we just hang
Saturday
out.
we've got Jordan. On Monday we've
Yep.
got Mr. McSpicy, and sometime next week we've got Wolfenstein from Red Like My Dad. Myself, you can reach me X1 Bros. Everything. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Also like us on Facebook if you're over there. Add us at our gamer tags on the Xbox One. I have a bold announcement to make.
Oh
As
my
far as
gosh.
streaming,
Oh, I know this.
I have
huge.
approved this.
It's huge.
I've got this approved from my boss, the wife. I will be streaming every single day next week.
Oh.
You can check me out every single day next week. Usually starting at 10 p.m. I will at least do 10 to 12 Mountain Standard Time every night, starting on Monday night. So check that out. So it sounds like you all have options to watch us all on
Yeah.
Twitch. We do have a multicast channel on each of our. It's listed on each of our pages there, our Twitch pages, so you can check out the multicast as well. But yeah, and then It might culminate with a Saturday gameplay of Left 4 Dead with one of the listeners 6. Neither of us have played that. We have to nail down a time where we play all day and try and get through the Left 4 Dead. So then I can play the expansion with you guys.
Wait, so what's going on with the Left 4 Dead?
Okay, he doesn't mean Left 4 Dead. David, what
Oh,
do you really
sorry. The zombie game where you kill lots of people. Dead Rising.
Dead
Why do I say Left 4 Dead?
Okay.
I don't know why I say
Super
Left 4 Dead.
Ultra. Jordan, what's the name of that game? Can you?
Yeah, I got it here in the old Super Ultra Awesome Alpha Extended Edition. Awesome.
That's not
I know it's something. It's huge.
But I
had
want to
it-
go through the story. Dead Rising 3. I want to go through the story. I haven't played it yet, and I know you need to play it with someone. So one of the listeners, 6, has agreed to play it. We're going to go through it, and I'm going to stream it all day Saturday, and then we can play. I can play with you guys. I'm so excited.
It's really fun. You're gonna laugh your head off. That's a good game. That was a great game.
Hey,
yes.
Before we get out of here, I forgot to mention this during the news. I want to mention it now. Everybody that's listening to us needs to go do this because
Okay.
I'm planning on doing a huge community play for this. So, Fable. I'm a huge fan of the Fable series. Not so much the third one, but anyway.
Another game we didn't
Yeah.
talk about. Continue.
Fable Legends is going into open beta this fall. All you need to do is go to www.fablelegends.com, and it's right there. Type in
It's
your email
also
address.
on your Xbox.
Yeah, it's also on your Xbox. Type in your email address, hit submit, confirm your email, and you're in. Well, you're not in, but you have a very high chance of being in. So everybody listening to us should go do that because it's 4-player co-op. When that comes out, I plan on playing it a lot, especially with the community. So do it.
Do it now. Just
do
do
it.
it.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's everybody sign up.
Already did it.
I made like 7 fake emails, so maybe we'll give some away.
Is that legal? That's awesome.
Is it not? Maybe I should mention that. I did not make 7 fake emails.
Do you know what's funny? I gotta mention this. This is a funny story about Jordan. He does that like with every game that goes out that they announce. And me and David always, and Mark, we always just put on our emails like a week before, and we always get the beta, and he's always left out. It cracks me up.
Oh yeah,
So
I know.
funny.
But
They catch on
I'm
to you.
dedicated to get this one. So everybody listening, go do that as soon as you can, and get ready for this fall to do some 4-player co-op. 5 if we can get a villain. So
I'll be the villain.
all right, let's
Yeah,
do it.
Done.
Let's do it. That's definitely
I'm a
a
good villain.
community play game. So everybody listening,
I'll be
Make
your
sure-
Huckleberry.
Oh, love that movie.
No, good movie. Great
Good
movie.
job.
Well,
Thank
all
you.
right.
That made my day.
We are X1 Bros. It's time to get the frock out of here. I forgot what I was going to say because Mark started laughing.
You ended on that. That was like an awkward
I know,
silence.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, go over to iTunes. Thank you, everyone, for supporting us. Thank you for liking us. Thank you for reviewing us. If you haven't yet, go over to iTunes. Rate us, review us. It helps us out. I say we end with the X1 Bros waves, and let's get out of here.